Hello, Ravens fans, and welcome to another season preview. I'm Aaron Schneider, Sports Information Director at Anderson University, and joining us for our men's lacrosse season preview is head coach Jacob Ashton. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Aaron. How are you?
Good. First kick things off as usual with what are your goals and expectations for this year?
Yeah, so this is year 7 for us, and we've got a pretty young group this year. We brought in a really large recruiting class, and we coincidentally don't have any seniors this year. So with that, we're just really trying to get this group acclimated to the college game, the speed of the game. As always, our goal is to get to the conference championship and make it to the NCAA tournament. So I think with this group, we're new in some positions this year. We'll be new at the face-off X this year. A lot of new faces on offense, really every position almost. So I think continue to grow on where we've been, and just compete in the Heartland Conference.
All right, and then what is going to get into your large incoming class for this year? What kind of effect does that have on the program, and more in the long-term picture of things?
Yeah, we've got a lot of younger guys that are seeing experience, that are getting out there early. But the benefit of not having any seniors, the goal is that we're going to return a majority of our roster. It is our largest spring roster that we've had since we've started, so that'll give us more opportunities to compete against better teams. So yeah, I think for that, it's just getting guys again acclimated to college lacrosse, the speed of the game. We've actually had some really good scrimmages against some pretty good opponents, and I think that's kind of shown us the level that we want to get to. And so as we do get ready to open up this weekend, I think our guys are going to see some of the game slow down a little bit relatively, but just that they can step in and how they can contribute right away.
All right, and then what would you say your strengths are for this year?
That's a really good question. I would say our strength is going to be our depth. I think having options at different positions that we haven't had. We do have really depth across the board. Our midfield, we're going to have some more depth for the first time in a while, so that's important. Probably our goalie play. That's probably our most consistent, experienced position. Our junior's back. He's been pretty much a starter for the last 2 years, so having a guy that's got that experience under his belt is very important. Leading the defense there. But a lot of new faces. Almost every position relatively is going to have a new face, and so there's a lot of good with that, right? But just the inexperience part, we just have to continue to grow as the season comes at us. But so yeah, probably the goalie position. I'm confident that our face-off guy will have a good year as a first year, and I'd probably say our attack position. I think our attack position is probably going to be one that we're going to see some skilled guys do some really good things.
All right, and then go through some of the returners that you expect to make an impact for this year.
Yeah, so like I said, our goalie, Spencer Pruden, he's a junior. He's been one of the top guys in our conference last few years, and we're definitely going to rely on him to lead our defense with that group. I think a guy like Alex Alanes, who he started kind of second half of the year as a freshman last year, he's our sole pole defender coming back on defense, so excited to see what he's going to do. He's already shown a lot of growth. On offense, we've got actually all 3 of our leading scorers are back. So Will Harriman was all conference last year, and a guy we expect to do some really good things. And then Abram Zimmerman and Lars Kiefer are 2 guys that both put around 30 points in for us last year. So we're excited to see them take the next step. So a lot of things, right? Just a lot of pieces we're still putting together, and so I'm excited to see how that shows this weekend.
And then go through some of the newcomers, the names to learn from this year's class.
Yeah, so 2 guys on attack that I'm real excited about: Noah Walsh and Connor Kistner, 2 freshmen that I both believe are going to really add some firepower to our offense. Out of the midfield, I've got a couple guys. Cooper Harris. Cooper Harris is a guy first year that I think is going to be a real good 2-way midi for us, and then I'm really excited about Jordan Brook. He's our long stick midfielder, and he's a guy that's just, since he's gotten here, he's just grown tremendously, and a guy that I think is going to be a real problem for teams as the season progresses, as he continues to get confidence as a first-year guy. So yeah, a lot of guys, a lot of other guys that I know are going to be thrown into roles early on, but I'm really excited about where we're at.
All right, and then we open up the season against Heidelberg. What are your expectations of that match?
Yeah, Heidelberg's a tough team. I think last year was a one-goal game. You know, we're up there. I know we're expecting some pretty cold weather, maybe some snow this weekend. They got a lot of guys back. I mean, they definitely brought back a lot of their guys in their offense. Their defense is pretty much back. So I think if we can control the face-off X, which we did a pretty good job of last year, I think our firepower will be a little stronger than it was last year. And so I think we'll definitely give them a run, but I do expect a good game. I think, you know, when they have a little more experience than we do, we need some of our younger guys to step up, and you know, so I think it's going to be a pretty tight game.
And then as we go into the conference slate, the rest of the season, when we start taking on the big Hanover and Transy matchups, what are we going to need to do this year to be successful?
Yeah, you know, losing our face-off guy this last year he was a guy who was an all-conference player, so you know that was something, at least against Hanover, that we had typically done really well. And so having a first-year guy who's very very competent, very guy that we're expecting to do some really good things. Hanover, I know, has a lot of firepower back. You know, they brought back most of their all-conference guys on offense, so they're very heavy in the senior junior classes, which we're not. So I think it's just finding a balance, and getting, as the season goes on, and figuring out just the roles for guys. Right now we're moving a lot of guys around, kind of where our offense is. So it's just finding out where guys are comfortable, right? Finding out where guys are going to be able to kind of play multiple roles, and so I think it's just being disciplined, right? Win the turnover battle, win the face-off battle. Obviously, we've really spent a lot of time just getting better at clearing the ball, something we've always been kind of up and down in. So, again, just getting guys to understand what needs to be done to win, and typically you possess the ball more, you win the ground ball battle, you commit less turnovers, you're going to be successful. So that's always our main priorities as we play.
All right, well, I think I've covered the questions I want to. Ravens fans, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow along with any more previews and any more content we may put out on YouTube. Of course, follow along with your men's lacrosse team. They are at Heidelberg on Saturday. There will be live video and live stats of that contest, and follow them throughout the rest of the year. Coach Ashton, thank you for joining us, and good luck this year.
Thanks, Aaron.